owners of Leo Laporte's misprinted Technology Almanac, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Technology Almanac trips off the tongue. I love it.
I had nothing to do with that intro.
You're bad. Welcome back to X-Play. Hey, do you like anime?
Yes?
How do you feel about an anime featuring a scantily clad robot boy who lives with an older man?
Kind of uncomfortable.
Great! Then you're gonna love this preview of Astro Boy.
I know Astro Boy is the seminal moment in anime's history. Yes, I know he's back on television. But you know what? Boys should wear shirts. Okay, little Astro right here isn't a boy. He's a robot made by this guy. But he looks like a boy, and he needs to put on a shirt and some pants. I'm just uncomfortable. But this member of the Man-Boy Robot Love Association doesn't have such issues.
I wonder what other powers you may have.
His name's Dr. O'Shea. He tells Astro what to do.
You should stay here for a while and recharge. But you're the only one who can save Bay Area.
You might be able to understand what the robots are saying. Astro, you must stop the robots.
He needs to make up his mind. But his dithering is your game, because it looks like the guys behind Sonic are ready to give you a lot of activities in Astro Boy, especially beating up robots that seem to endlessly have it in for animated folk. And they're polystyrene entertainers.
I have come to destroy the puppets of the human race.
Oh no! Piggy!
No one controls me.
Yay! When we gave the game starring the boy who's gonna catch a chill a test run, we found the combat fast and easy to get into. You can punch, use municipal property as weaponry, fly into things, shoot lasers, shoot arm cannons, and pull the cape of a little boy. But no knitting a sweater like he should do before he leaves the house. In between action sequences, there's much hand-wringing about Astro's origin.
Dr. Tenma is the man who tried to use you.
But no one tells him to get dressed.
I cannot say anything more.
In addition, there are some side missions. A big one involves collecting cars and giving it to this obsessive girl.
Huh? You want to see the cars I've collected?
Also, you can help out people by getting their purses from dogs.
I heard that this dog will bark if you call its name. If only I could talk to the dog, it might tell me.
Talk to him? I just take him to Hanoi. Or showing people what you can do.
I want to feel excitement. I need excitement in my life. Perhaps your wondrous powers will provide that very excitement. Can you show me your powers? That's so exciting. I'm sorry, though. It wasn't as exciting as I thought.
And for this reason alone, he should put on a shirt. Now, while the game is very far along, we will have to wait to find out what's in for this little abduction invitation's future.
Come on, Astro. Let's play.
Yes, we'll do that. When it's released later this year. Stop it. Wear a robe.
The character of Astro Boy was first introduced in 1953. Now, you'd think between then and now, he'd have put on a shirt.
No. We begin with half-naked anime action for your PS2. Here's our review of Astro Boy. Retro is in, and in the world of anime, it doesn't get more retro than Astro Boy. Sonic Team has delivered an action-adventure game based on the newly updated exploits of the mighty Astro. After his son's death in a car accident, brilliant scientist Dr. Tenma goes a little nutso and recreates his son as a robot. He then spends a lot of time trying to force Astro to unlock his true potential. As Astro, you are able to roam around town more or less at will. Inexplicable floating rings hang about, reminding me uncomfortably of Superman 64. Metro City is a bustling urban center that has a real problem with marauding robots. There's no shortage of mechanical mayhem for Astro to deal with. Often, the belligerent boss bots will turn out to be quite cordial once they're beaten to a pulp.
Thank you for avoiding all that news. I will be fine.
Certainly the most polite giant mechanical spider I've ever met. Sometimes Astro has to hammer the lesson home by talking to his foes instead of hitting them.
It's not right for you to steal things. You shouldn't do that kind of stuff anymore, okay?
You have truly humbled me, metal nudist child. I shall mend my evil ways. After a major battle, Astro will often be upgraded with one of his trademark superpowers or a boost to his life bar. Nice addition, but the spin attack is really the only thing you need most of the time. The boss battles are the best part of Astro Boy. The action is fast and furious, the challenge level is respectable, and the camera behaves for the most part. The rest of the time, Astro Boy is a painfully slow-moving game. Occasional fights with roving baddies serve only to highlight how much of a pain the camera is when fighting multiple enemies in midair. Ugh, somebody stop the game. I want to get off. You're also encouraged to partake of a half-baked adventure element, the aim of which is to collect cards.
I'm collecting these cards called Collect Cards.
Collect cards. I have not the words. To get the cards, you have to perform inane tasks like talking to a dog or suffer through this fake RPG battle with a spastic woman. Man, who thought this was even acceptable, let alone fun?
We must apologize for what we have done to everyone, Astro.
Between this and Billy Hatcher, I'm expecting a dozen roses from Sonic Team on my desk in the morning. There's very little here to recommend. This is a half-baked action game and a weak-hearted adventure game mashed together with the expected results. Newcomers to the franchise need not bother, although fans of Astro Boy will enjoy seeing some of their favorite characters in all their polygonal glory.
My right arm is back better than ever.
Way too much info. He may boast 1 million horsepower, but on the X-Play scale, Astro Boy only rates a 2 out of 5.
What do you have that I don't?
Forget the less than stellar PS2 game. Fan-favorite developer Treasure has delivered Astro Boy Omega Factor on the GBA. This 2D hybrid of beat-em-up action and frantic shooting stages feels like a long-lost Genesis game, and we mean that as a compliment. After his son is killed in a car accident, a brilliant scientist recreates his son in robot form. In addition to super strength, flight, and various internal weapons, the scientist gave Astro Boy his late son's soul, although he neglected to give the little nudist any clothes. Astro has more moves than the average GBA hero, and his superpowered EX attacks really light up the screen. Then there's the curious EX shot. Curious because the machine gun used for the attack pops out of Astro's butt. I realize it's tough to conceal weaponry on a mostly naked child, but that does seem a little extreme. Each of these abilities can be powered up thanks to Astro's soul. Every time Astro meets someone new, they imprint on him, and he gets to add an upgrade point to one of his stat bars. Truly, happiness is a customized Astro Boy. The vibrant stages are filled with well-animated enemies to bludgeon both large and small. Occasionally, Astro will take to the air some good old-fashioned shooter stages. At the core of the game are the mini boss battles. True to Treasure tradition, tremendous 2D tyrants try to terminate the titanium tot at every turn. These fights can be tough, so expect to be creamed on a regular basis. Luckily, the unlimited continues means it's not impossible, and the game is so much fun to play that a few retries aren't such a bad thing. In fact, once you finish the game, you can go back and play it again, this time meeting new people and changing the story slightly. This is one quick fix game that will keep you playing much longer than average. Even if you're not an Astro fanboy, this is one of the most well-made action games on the GBA. We give it a 5 out of 5.
You'd think a scientist so advanced that he could build a robot boy would find a better place to store a machine gun than the kid's butt. It's a tragedy waiting to happen.
So is this show. Of course, while Astro Boy for the GBA is great, Astro Boy for the PS2 is a bigger embarrassment than the Cougar subplot in the second season of 24.
But not as big an embarrassment as that time Adam and I devoted an entire episode to the game 13, and then it turned out to be not very good. Oops.